Agnes. Today me and my friends are going to tell you about the table manners of Sumatera Barat, Padang. My name is Grayson and I'm going to start with the introduction of what is table manners. So in literal terms, table is the furniture used to provide structures when we were dining, and manners refers to a set of behaviors or rules needed to act appropriately at situations. So when we put it together, table manners refers to a set of rules or behaviors applied while we were dining. So why table manners are very important? So it is very important as they are an asset that showcase your respect towards the host or those who have prepared the meal. It is an action that speaks louder than words. It is a way to show your gratitude towards the host. It is important as they ensure that both the guest and the host are comfortable at the table. As for the example, avoid eating with your mouth open, chewing loudly, or grabbing the last piece of the food without considering others. Table manners helps especially kids practice social confidence and prepare them for their future both socially and professionally. Table manners differs from cultures to cultures as the different table manners represent different symbols of different cultural customs of each countries. Humans differs culturally. They eat different food, use different utensils, and so on, which is why table manners differs. Each country has their own distinctive table manners. For example, in Japan, you must not put your hands or elbow on the tables and leave no leftover behind. In Italy, you should never cut your pasta with a knife, and also you must wait until the host sits or announce "Buon appetito" before digging into dinner. But in this occasion, we will be discussing the table manners and dining etiquette of Sumatera Barat, Padang.
So before we can start talking about the table manners we can find in West Sumatra, let's talk about the rich culture and history of this beautiful province. So first of all, West Sumatra is a province in Indonesia located on the island of Sumatra with Padang as its capital. Padang is the capital and the largest city of the Indonesian province of West Sumatra, with an estimated population of nearly 1 million people by the end of 2018, which makes it the 16th most populous city in Indonesia. Padang was a Dutch historical harbor town, one of the main harbor in Dutch East Indies. The main attraction of the city is the colorful Dutch Old Town and Old Harbor in Muaru River, and also its Old Chinatown. The city is also the home of delicious Padang food, and the town is stuffed with restaurants and street stalls. When visiting Padang, you can also visit several historical places around, which includes the Aditya Waman Museum, Siti Nurbaya Bridge, Pagaruyung Palace, and so on. You will also be able to watch unique rituals and ceremonies such as Makan Bajamba, Pesta Tabuik, Turun Mandi, and many more. Padang is rich in its culture. It is the limelight for its legendary folktales such as Maling Kundang and the love story of Siti Nurbaya. It is also very well known for its distinctive cuisine and its unique serving style. Padang cuisine has spread throughout the country as well as the world with its dishes such as rendang, dendeng, sate padang, and so on. Padang food is served in small portions of various dishes, but constituting with rice a complete meal. Customers take only what they want from this area of dishes. In Padang, there are many houses with traditional architecture. Some of these buildings has the roof-shaped buffalo horns. As a capital town, Padang became the central town that every resources such as charcoal, rubber, coffee, ingredients, tobacco, rattan, and tea is exported through. Padang is placed on the feet of Minangkabau area. Minangkabau is one of the two main ethnics in Sumatra. The majority of the people there are Muslim. And based on the legend, people believe that Minang tribes are the inherit of Alexander the Great. The term Padang means field, and it is located on the coastal area between Samudra Indonesia and mountain range Bukit Barisan. Minangkabau are the ethnic majority in West Sumatra, and the cuisine of the Minangkabau people is given the name of their capital, Padang food. Padang restaurants are very popular all throughout Indonesia and are very well known for their spicy food and their distinctive serving method. Their food is famous for its use of coconut milk and spicy chili. Their cuisine demonstrates Indian and Middle Eastern influences, with dishes being cooked in curry sauce, coconut milk, and the use of various spices mixed together. In the culinary world, West Sumatra is famous for Padang cuisine and Padang restaurants with spicy flavors. Padang cuisine can be found in almost all corners of the archipelago, even abroad. Some examples of foods from West Sumatra that are quite popular include rendang, sate padang, dendeng balado, itiak lado mudo, soto padang, dan bubur kampiun.
The table manners are engraved in the culture and the history of a place, which influence the daily dining ethic and the table manners of people. Padang it has a very unique traditional known as a makan bajamba. It's a tradition of dining of Minangkabau people that is carried out in every Islamic ceremony, events, and important days. The food thread is carried above the heads of the people as they walked hand in hand. The food is then laid out on the floor and be eaten together by sitting together, usually done by 3 or 7 people sitting in a circle. The tradition differ from village to village, however, they all contain a deep meaning that will create a sense of togetherness regardless of differences in social state, as people are different social classes are gathered in one room. During the ceremony, the food is eaten hands and there are certain table manners and etiquette when eating. Take a bit of rice using your right hand and mix with the preferred side dish, and then put it in your mouth by throwing it. When your right hand is used to feed the rice, your left hand should be under the knee, and to avoid the possibility of spilling and scattering. If any grains of rice do spill and fall down into your left hand, it should be transferred to the right hand and eat the same way. The purpose of this method is to eat clean, and so those around will not be disturbed when the fallen food and also the food served must be eaten as a sign of gratefulness to their God, therefore. And no food should remain on your plate, and it must be finished. The younger people must wait till the elders should finish their foods, and then they are allowed to take their food. The sitting position during the ceremony is also important, and they are differ according to the gender. For women, the sitting position must be base low position, straight, kneeling, and not slouching. As for men, the sitting position must be with position which is crossed.
Padang table etiquette. Etiquette is a customary code of a polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group. Plainly, etiquette defines the formal manner and rules that are followed in social or professional settings. Every country, regions, and provinces have their own table etiquette. In Indonesia, we have a lot of different table manners, and the one that we're going to talk about now is Padang. Padang table etiquette, or usually known as Rumah Makan Padang, they have different etiquette in serving their customer. As we know, in a normal restaurant, the waiter will give you the menu and will wait for you until you're done ordering. While in Rumah Makan Padang, there is an unwritten etiquette. They will serve every menu that they have. In Rumah Makan Padang, they also will not clean up your table unless you pay and leave. It's pretty different from the restaurants and the mall, where they will clean your table after you're done eating. The reason they don't clean up before the guests leave is because it will be easier for them to see what the guests have eaten and what they'll have to pay for. The waiter will not ask for recommended any food to the guests.
except the guests order it because not only it's a place to eat, but it's also a place to meet with each other. If the guest feels comfortable with the environment, they will come to visit again. The paying system there is also different. In Rumah Makan Padang, they only ask you to pay for the food that you eat. For example, you order 6 plates of rice, but you eat 4, and the rest of the plates remains untouched. They will not add them to your bill, and you don't have to pay for them. Whereas if you order excess food in a restaurant, then you have to pay for that.
Padang restaurants are very well known for their unique serving styles as well as their distinctive food. So if you're going to be visiting a Padang restaurant, you will need to follow their dining etiquette and table manners. What is Padang's table manner? Worry not, because I am going to be explaining about Padang's table manner. In Indonesia, it is very common to eat with your hands. However, we don't use our left hand while eating, we use our right hand. Why? Because using our left hand is considered impolite or improper etiquette. The left hand is traditionally perceived as the hand used to clean oneself after going to the bathroom. Therefore, using our left hand to shake hands, give or offer something to someone, or eat is considered improper. In terms of historical event, back then, before the utensils were created, everyone would eat with their hands, not only in Indonesia but in other countries around the world as well. However, as time passed and as utensils were created, people started to use utensils instead of their hands. However, for some countries around the world, including Indonesia, eating with our hands is already engraved in our culture, and therefore we continue to do so. In Padang restaurants, the majority of the customers eat with their hands. If you feel uncomfortable, as this is something new to you, you can always ask for utensils. But fear not, because in Padang restaurants, they will serve you a bowl of warm water with a slice of lime in it, which is known as kobokan. Translated to English, kobokan literally means finger bowl. Basically, this bowl is served to you as a way for you to clean your hands before and after eating. After you have washed your hands in the kobokan, you do not have to order food, because in Padang restaurants, the food are served as soon as you sit down. The waiters have a unique serving style, where they stack a bunch of plates onto their hands and their arms, and they carry them all at once. Then the waiter will set the table with this array of side dishes. The dishes are better eaten while it's still warm. So once the food is served, dig in. When picking the side dishes, do not use your hands. Instead, use a spoon or a fork to do so, because it is inappropriate and rude to those who are eating with you. When you see this array of side dishes set in front of you on your table, it may be tempting to try each and every one of those side dishes. However, that is not correct, because in Padang restaurants, customers take only what they want and pay for what they take. For drinks and additional dishes, you can order them with the waiter. When ordering, just simply raise your hand and call out for them. In Indonesia, we use the term Pak or Mbak. When eating with your hands, to make it easier, you can purse your 5 fingers together like this, then take a bite of rice and a bite of the side dish that you want, and then mix them together and simply purse them like this with your fingers and make it more compact so that it's easier to put in your mouth. Once you're done with your side dish plates, make sure you stack them, because it makes it easier for the waiter to count the amount of side dishes that you chose and the type of side dishes you chose as well. Lastly, if you're done with your meal and if you did use any utensils, the spoon and the fork together and tilt it towards 5 o'clock like this, so that the waiter can know that you are done.